the exorbitant cost of college and student loan debt averaging nearly $40,000, many soon-to-be high school graduates are grappling with the decision to pursue a four-year college degree or explore trade school as a pathway to success.
Yeah, and joining us right now to talk about this changing tide is the author of Limitless, How to Ignore Everybody, Carve Your Own Path, and Live Your Best Life. Career expert Laura Gassner Otting joining us right now. Laura, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's so great to be back.
Really appreciate it. What else is left in the book? The title's all... Feels like the title tells it all.
That's right.
Why do you say the tide is changing when it comes to this so rapidly?
Well, so after the pandemic, a lot of people said, when life goes back to normal, is the normal I'm going back to really the life I want? And they started thinking about what they're actually doing, what they're actually pursuing. What they realized was that about 40% of people say that they're either unemployed or underemployed from the actual certificate or the diploma that they got from college, right? So they're not using what they majored in college, and they're starting to think, well, if I'm not doing that, why do I have all these loans? Does this really make a lot of sense? And as we hear more and more about these exorbitant loans, people are wondering, maybe there should be a job that ensures that I have a salary, that I'm doing work, that I'm employable.
Listen, as someone who just dropped her son off at a four-year college that was not cheap, I drove away thinking, what did I just pay for? What is my child going to become?
And where's the nearest Bank of America?
That's right, that's right. What are the advantages of trade school?
So if you go into a trade school, you get a guaranteed skill set. There are job placements. It is a shorter period of time. It is much less expensive. And you have a guaranteed income when you're coming at a very specific level. You're starting to earn more, probably much more than college graduates are actually earning as soon as you come out. And you're often protected by unions as well.
Right.
You have so many private equity firms that are investing heavily in this. Why is that?
Well, there are about 200,000 new jobs in construction that are going to be coming along in the next few years. So we see this for two reasons. The first is because there's the traditional HVAC and electricity and plumbing. A lot of those people are aging out, and so we need to replace them. But then also there's all this new technology. So we have wind turbines, we have electric cars, we have solar panels, and all this new technology that's happening. We need to train people to be ready to take on those jobs as well. So there's a ton of growth that's happening in the trade right now.
If you're learning AI technology, is that one of those things that you need at a four-year school, or is that considered trade?
Well, if you're learning technology itself, then you can do both, right? Because you can actually learn the trade of how do you code and how do you create the technology backend. But then also there's the benefits of the four-year school, where you're thinking about thinking more broadly, right? So garbage in, garbage out. You're not going to get great things out of AI if you're not putting great things into AI.
Right. I mean, one of the beautiful things about the United States is there are lots of options, right? There is a trade school, there are four-year universities, and education is an education. And so for parents at home who are grappling with this, what do you say to them? Because I was a high school English teacher, and I firmly stand in my belief that college is not for everyone. It just isn't.
I agree.
But we have spent years and years and years saying the only success is the road to and through college, when in fact, that's not the right definition for everybody. So, you know, the book is How to Ignore Everybody, Carve Your Own Path, and Live Your Best Life. And the ignore everybody part of it is to stop absorbing all of those definitions of success that we've been handed that say you have to go to the right school and the right, Ivy League and all the rest of things, and that's what success means, when in fact, that might not be what it means for you. We did studies that showed that most people actually care about other things than just those external ideas of success. And it's, are they doing work that has purpose, that's meaningful, that's connected to what they care about? And they can get that very often through trade schools as well.
What's your advice to a high schooler right now about the future?
My advice I have two kids that are actually in college themselves, and the advice that I gave them when they were in high school was, what does success mean to you? What do you care about? What is interesting to you? I'm not saying follow your passion, because follow your passion means as soon as you find it, you follow it. And
exactly.
Doesn't make any sense. But actually, what are you willing to invest in? What do you care about? What are you willing to fail at and get better at? Go follow that instead.
I like that. I'm going to take that advice too.
Exactly. We can start at this age.
Well, thank you so much for joining us again.